The West was a place of adventure, mystery, and rugged beauty. Vast plains stretched endlessly, dotted with tall grass that swayed in the warm breeze. Towering mountains loomed in the distance, their peaks often wrapped in white clouds like fluffy blankets. This land was not just a backdrop. It was alive with stories of daring cowboys who rode into the sunset, chasing down outlaws and defending the innocent. Each sunrise painted the horizon in hues of orange and pink, stirring the courage of those who sought fortune or freedom. The towns were filled with characters, from weary travelers to spirited ranchers, all shaped by the untamed land around them. Legends echoed through the saloons where cowboys would share stories over cups of coffee or rounds of whiskey, tales that seemed to come alive under the flickering lanterns. In this world of grit and determination, invisible threads connected past and present. Old legends whispered of treasure, hidden in forgotten places, and ghostly figures that emerged at dusk. These stories formed a fabric that wrapped around every person living there. Little did they know, one such legend was about to resurface in an unexpected way with a ghostly horse that would bring both mystery and excitement back to their lives. Nestled between the rolling hills and shimmering streams was a small frontier town called Willow Creek. It was a place where the past lingered like an old friend, and stories of the supernatural drifted through the streets like whispers on the wind. The wooden buildings, with their creaky floors and faded paint, held countless secrets within their walls. At night, when the sun dipped below the horizon, shadows danced in the flickering light of lanterns, creating an atmosphere thick with mystery. The townsfolk often gathered at the local saloon, sharing stories of ghostly sightings and strange happenings. Old Mrs. Jenkins swore she saw the spirit of a cowboy riding through the moonlit fields, while young Billy claimed to hear whispers from an abandoned mine. These tales were met with both intrigue and skepticism, but they sparked conversations that echoed long into the night. As the days passed, a sense of anticipation filled the air. The legends of Willow Creek had become part of its identity, entwining with the daily lives of its residents. Yet, beneath the surface of everyday life, something was stirring. A connection to the past that would soon reveal itself in an extraordinary way, beginning with a ghostly horse that would capture everyone's imagination. One of the most famous legends in Willow Creek was that of a cowboy named Jack Malone. Years ago, Jack was known as the fastest rider in the West, with a heart full of bravery and a spirit of adventure. He had heard tales of a hidden treasure buried deep within the rugged mountains, said to contain gold coins and precious jewels left behind by outlaws long ago. His thirst for discovery led him to set off on a quest that would change everything. Jack rode into the mountains one fateful day, determined to find the treasure. Days turned into weeks, and then weeks turned into months, but he never returned. The townsfolk held their breath, hoping and praying for his safe return. But as time passed, hope faded to whispers. Only rumors remained. Some said he had found the treasure and vanished with it, while others believed he had met a ghostly fate among the mountain peaks. His disappearance became a haunting mystery that lingered in Willow Creek. People told stories of Jack's spirit roaming the hills on moonlit nights, searching for his lost fortune. With each retelling, the legend grew stronger, entwining Jack's name with the very essence of the town. Until now, when new events were about to bring his tale back to life. On a stormy night, when the wind howled through the trees and rain pounded against the ground, an eerie stillness fell over Willow Creek. The townsfolk had gathered at the saloon, sharing stories and seeking warmth from the crackling fire. It was then that a sudden flash of lightning illuminated the sky, casting strange shadows that danced across the walls. As thunder rumbled in the distance, an unusual sight unfolded outside. Just past midnight, amidst the chaos of the storm, the ghostly image of a horse appeared near the old abandoned mine, the very place where Jack Malone had vanished. Its coat shimmered like silver under the flickering light, and its eyes glowed a deep, haunting blue. The horse stood tall and noble, but there was something otherworldly about its presence. It seemed to beckon, a silent call to those brave enough to venture closer. Those who caught sight of the phantom steed were struck by awe and fear. Whispers spread like wildfire through the saloon as patrons rushed to peek through the windows, unsure if they were witnessing a legend or simply a trick of the storm. The appearance of this ghostly horse marked a turning point, a moment that would reignite interest in Jack's lost treasure and draw curious souls into an adventure that had been long forgotten. The sighting of the ghostly horse sent ripples of excitement and fear throughout Willow Creek. As word spread, the townspeople gathered at the saloon, their faces a mix of curiosity and apprehension. Some were quick to dismiss the vision as a trick of the storm, attributing it to their imagination. "It's just the wind playing games," grumbled old Mr. Thompson, shaking his head. But others felt a thrill in their veins, sensing that this was a sign from the past beckoning them to explore. Young Billy, wide-eyed and eager, couldn't contain his excitement. "This could be the key to finding Jack's treasure," he exclaimed, rallying a group of adventurous friends who were ready to take on the challenge. The energy in the saloon shifted as tales of Jack Malone's bravery resurfaced, and excitement sparked in the hearts of those who longed for adventure. Meanwhile, a few of the older residents expressed reservations, recalling past stories of misfortune that accompanied those who pursued the unknown. "Some legends are best left alone," whispered Mrs. Jenkins, her voice trembling. Yet, despite their fears, the lure of uncovering forgotten mysteries proved too strong, uniting the town in a quest that would soon unfold under the watchful gaze of the ghostly horse. Amidst the growing excitement in Willow Creek, a young girl named Emma felt a spark of determination. With bright eyes and an adventurous spirit, she always had a fascination for the tales that seemed to come alive in her small town. Stories of Jack Malone and the ghostly horse tugged at her heart, igniting her curiosity. While others felt fear about the unknown, Emma saw an opportunity to uncover the truth behind the legend. With a notebook in hand and a pencil tucked behind her ear, Emma decided it was time to investigate. She resolved to search for clues about Jack's treasure and the mysterious happenings surrounding the ghostly horse. Emma knew she might face skepticism from some townsfolk, but she was resolute. She believed that exploring their history could reveal not only the truth about Jack's fate, but also bring her community closer together. The next day, armed with stories from elders and tales from the saloon, Emma ventured to the old abandoned mine where the horse had been seen. Each step echoed with excitement and fear, but she pushed forward, driven by her quest for knowledge. As she approached the site, she couldn't shake the feeling that magic lingered in the air, waiting for someone brave enough to discover it. Determined to uncover the truth about Jack Malone and his treasure, Emma set off on her quest by visiting the town's elders. She knocked on the doors of those who had lived through the tales and had their own memories of Jack. Old Man Jenkins, with his weathered face and twinkling eyes, shared stories of Jack's bravery, describing how he would ride into town like a whirlwind, always ready for an adventure. Next, Emma made her way to the dusty library, a small building filled with old books and forgotten maps. As she rifled through the shelves, musty pages filled with history and mystery revealed themselves. She found an ancient map marked with symbols that hinted at hidden locations in the mountains where treasure might be buried. Excitedly, she sketched out her findings in her notebook, noting every detail. Emma also discovered a collection of stories about Jack's last known whereabouts from a dusty book tucked away in a corner. The more she learned, the more pieces of the puzzle began to fit together. Each clue brought her closer to understanding not only the legend of Jack Malone but also the spirit of adventure that had shaped Willow Creek itself. With each new discovery, her heart raced, fueling her desire to uncover what lay hidden in the mountains. As Emma prepared for her adventure to the abandoned mine, a wave of doubt washed over her. The stories she had heard about the ghostly horse and Jack Malone's disappearance echoed in her mind, filling her with both excitement and fear. What if the ghost truly lingered there? What if she couldn't find the treasure? For a brief moment, she considered turning back, but then she remembered the stories of bravery she had gathered from the elders. They had faced their fears and forged ahead, and so could she. With a deep breath, Emma set out into the chilly night, the moon lighting her path. As she approached the entrance of the mine, shadows danced around her, making every rustle of leaves seem like whispers of the past. Her heart raced as she stepped inside, the darkness swallowing her whole. But instead of succumbing to fear, Emma recalled Jack's adventurous spirit and his courage in pursuit of treasure. In that moment, she felt a surge of determination. She wanted to honor his memory by continuing his quest. She pressed on, each step bringing new challenges but also a growing sense of bravery. Emma learned that courage didn't mean being unafraid. It meant forging ahead despite those fears, fueled by a desire for discovery. With her heart pounding in her chest, Emma stepped deeper into the abandoned mine, the darkness enveloping her like a thick blanket. The echoes of her footsteps mingled with the soft drip of water, and she felt a chill run down her spine. Suddenly, a flicker of light caught her eye. Drawing closer, she found herself standing in a wide cavern illuminated by an ethereal glow. As she squinted into the dim light, she felt a rush of anticipation. Then, amid the shimmering glow, the ghostly horse appeared. Emma could hardly believe her eyes as the magnificent creature emerged from the shadows. Its silver coat shimmered like starlight, and its haunting blue eyes seemed to pierce through the darkness. The air around her vibrated with energy as time itself seemed to stand still. In that moment, she felt drawn to the horse as if it were calling out to her. Cautiously, she stepped forward and spoke softly, unclenching her fists. To her amazement, the horse whinnied gently and lowered its head slightly. Suddenly, images flashed before Emma's eyes. Visions of Jack Malone riding through the mountains and searching for his treasure. As the memories swirled within her mind, Emma understood. This was Jack's spirit guiding her on his quest. The ghostly horse was not an enemy but a companion, a bridge between past and present, and Emma realized that she had been chosen to uncover Jack's story and bring it back to life through bravery and adventure. As Emma stood before the ghostly horse, she felt a wave of warmth envelop her, as if the spirit of Jack Malone was surrounding her with comfort. The horse tilted its head, and Emma understood it wanted her to follow. She took a step closer, her heart racing with anticipation. In that moment, the air shimmered around them, and the mind transformed into vibrant images of Jack's past. Emma witnessed Jack riding through the mountains, laughter echoing in the air as he shared stories with friends. Then, like a scene from a dream, she saw him discovering an ancient chest buried beneath a rock. But just as quickly, the vision darkened. Emma saw Jack being chased by shadows, outlaws eager to steal his treasure. In that moment of peril, he had vanished into legend. With tears welling in her eyes, Emma realized what needed to be done. To honor Jack's memory and fulfill his quest, she must find that treasure and bring it back to town. The horse neighed softly, encouraging her resolve. As visions faded and reality returned, Emma felt empowered with purpose. She was not just uncovering a mystery. She was completing Jack Malone's story, a bridge between the past and the present that would bring closure to both the ghost and her community. With renewed purpose, Emma returned to Willow Creek, her heart filled with excitement and a sense of accomplishment. News of her encounter with the ghostly horse and the visions of Jack Malone spread quickly through the town. Inspired by her bravery and determination, the townsfolk began sharing their own stories about Jack's legendary adventures and their family histories. In the days that followed, the saloon transformed into a lively gathering place, buzzing with laughter and storytelling. Neighbors who had not spoken in years found common ground in their shared memories, recalling how Jack had helped their families or made them smile. Emma listened intently, joining in the conversations and encouraging others to share their tales. As new connections formed, life in Willow Creek began to change. The community felt more united, with people eager to explore their roots and delve into the legends that shaped their town. Children began visiting the library to learn more about Jack's adventures, while families ventured into the mountains, inspired by Emma's quest. Through her courage and curiosity, Emma not only discovered Jack Malone's story but also reignited a spirit of adventure within her community. The ghostly horse became a symbol of connection, reminding everyone that stories of the past could lead to new beginnings in the present. As the dust settled and life in Willow Creek returned to a familiar rhythm, the townsfolk embraced the legends that had woven their rich tapestry of heritage. The stories of cowboys, daring adventures, and hidden treasures continued to inspire hope and valor among the people. Emma's journey reminded them that every tale, whether whispered around a campfire or echoed through an old saloon, held the power to connect generations. The legends of the West served as a testament to the courage it takes to chase dreams and confront fears. They were reminders that even in the face of uncertainty, courage could illuminate the path forward. With hands joined and hearts united, the residents valued their ancestral roots more than ever, finding pride in their shared past while looking forward to new possibilities. Emma's adventure had acted as a spark, igniting a newfound energy throughout the community. Children played games inspired by stories of Jack Malone and his ghostly horse, while families planned hikes into the mountains, hoping to uncover more than just treasure, but a deeper understanding of who they were. In Willow Creek, the legacy of the West lived on, echoing through time and inspiring those who dared to believe in legends, dreams, and the power of community.